Hey guys, SC Blizzard here, and today's video is supposed to kind of help you give some tips on how to improve your Call of Duty Ghost experience. Believe me, I am very active in social media, and every time I go on and look at something posted by Infinity Ward on Facebook or Twitter, I go ahead and read the comments because I want to hear what everybody has to say, or read what everybody has to say. And it's always something like, fix the spawns, your game is trash, blah blah blah. And I can kind of understand where you're coming from. This game is frustrating at times, but it does have the potential to be a very good Call of Duty. And even though it's been out a few months, the damage has already been done. But those of you people that are sticking with it, or you just got the game very recently, you're trying to learn how to play it, I kind of want to give you guys an idea of how to play decent. Freight, this is one of the most basic maps in the game. This is going to come up on the rotation a lot, and it's most likely going to be picked over most other maps besides Warhawk and Strike Zone and maybe possibly Trimmer. Whenever you run into a thing with me, I'm always going to pick Trimmer, Warhawk, or Strike Zone over this. But basically, this video is kind of supposed to help give you an idea of what you should do as a beginner. This game was built by Infinity Ward to help recreate Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty 4 at the same time. As you can see, there are some elements, but a lot of things fall way short, and I wouldn't know anything about Call of Duty 4. I never played it. I still have never played it to this day, but I did play a lot of MW2 when it was out, at least locally, and I am starting to get into multiplayer. But yeah, they tried to recreate these games, except the only problem is they tried to make it extremely noob friendly. So that's why IEDs exist. That's why death streaks used to exist. The point of this game is to recreate that feeling that you once had in Modern Warfare 2 whenever you first dropped your very first tactical nuke or whatever. Like, there is no greater feeling in a video game than whenever you reach your highest point. And whenever I earn a chem strike now, the first chem strike I ever got, I was freaking out. I was shaking, and I was like sweating, and I was really anxious and nervous, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm on a 23, oh my goodness, I got a chem strike, and I was screaming at the top of my lungs. My parents came into the room, and they're like, you need to be quiet, you were yelling, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I got a chem strike, and nothing can really replace that. After a while, you realize that you're scoring so many chem strikes, and you're just like, well, now it's just a grind. It's just a job. It's like going to work every single day and doing your daily routine, and then coming back home and doing whatever. Like, Call of Duty Ghosts is supposed to recreate those moments, but it falls very short, and that is based off of your kill streaks and stuff. And so basically, I know that I said that I was going to try and help enhance your experience, but I'm kind of ranting, so let's try and get to that. First of all, I want to talk about opening routes in games. Nero Cinema, you guys may watch videos from him, and he did a video similar to this on Freight. He was playing TDM, and he had an AK-12 stripped, like no attachments, and he ran up to the left side of the map from where we spawned. I did the exact opposite. I ran underground. I always go underground. I always open the gate, and then I go underground and usually pick up a couple kills while I'm under there. And then I come up, I open the door if there's a problem, and when there's not, and when it's open, I don't have to worry about it. So that's an easy pass for me. And then as soon as that's over with, you have your rushing route. Now you need to figure out where they're spawning. This is mainly a tutorial for how to get better at domination. I'm not a solo player, so this is going to be kind of hard, and as well as Clan Wars. Clan Wars is a totally different story. You're going to be running into clans all over the place. This is a solo game, but I don't usually play solo, so this is coming from me as a team player doing a solo game. So after you have your rushing route, you need to figure out the spawns, and sadly I don't have a spawn map, but there is a YouTuber named Excluspace. He does a spawn guide mainly for domination game modes to help you learn these spawns, and he's a very helpful YouTuber, and he's got very elaborate spawn guides on games maps that will help you out, and freight is one of them. So go ahead and check out that spawn map. So after you're in their spawn, you need to figure out what spawns you're blocking and where are they coming from. Whenever you look at a spawn or you are around a spawn, they automatically cannot spawn there unless you're on strike zone. That's a completely different story. Strike zone is messed up. But a map like this, as long as you're watching a spawn, they're going to most likely spawn on the other side. I come over, you'll see later in the game, and I'll explain it to you if I can remember to come back to it. Next thing is, pick a good weapon to start off with. You kind of want to handicap yourself to help you get better for the future, but you also don't want to mess yourself up because you won't enjoy Call of Duty. If you're coming here to see this video on like an MTAR class setup, then sure, whatever. Go ahead and use the MTAR. The MTAR is a good weapon, but it is definitely not my favorite. Use something like the Maverick. A lot of pros use the MTAR, so it's going to be very overrated after this weekend. From when I'm recording this, got a chance you guys are going to see a lot of R5s and a lot of MTARs. I'm sorry. And so the MTAR and the R5 are basically going to be the only weapons that anybody that wants to be a pro is going to use. And that's not a bad thing, but I would suggest not doing that. The MTAR is a good weapon, but not a good weapon to start off with. You kind of want to handicap yourself and make it to where you get used to bad weapons to work up in the future. Use something like the Maverick. That is in between. That is a very good weapon, but it is stat-wise not the best. You have to learn how to control that, so that way whenever you go back to a very good weapon, then you can learn how to control it. Another thing is to also learn the stats of the weapons. Drifter does an in-depth series, and I'm giving shout-outs off the wall to other famous YouTubers that you guys all probably know about. But if you don't know these guys, you need to look them up, and you need to listen to their guides and what they have to say. They're going to help you. Exclusive Ace is going to help you with spawns, and Drifter is going to help you with weapon guides and help you understand weapons better, and these two factors have helped me get way better at Call of Duty, and it has helped my experience. It has helped me enjoy Call of Duty. And so yeah, and I'm trying to think of another tip. Another tip is to be aware. I said this in a recent video. You need to always be aware of your surroundings, and Amplify, that's going to be a huge perk to help you out. That's going to be a crutch perk, kind of like the MTAR is a crutch weapon. That's kind of what I'm explaining. So, if you are a decent player and you want to improve your experience, don't use these crutch perks. If you are not a good player and you're looking to enhance your experience, then use Amplify. Use these perks. Unless you don't have a headset, there's no reason to use Amplify. But try and give yourself as many handicaps as possible, so that way whenever you go back to your normal setup, you can do better. And if you're looking for a good setup, I have a few other videos showing off some setups that you guys can try out, and it'll be very helpful. Know your way in and out of a map. It may take a little while. I'm pretty sure by now you guys all understand the maps in Call of Duty Ghosts, and that's perfectly fine. But know your way in and out. I come into this area, and this is another thing. There are a couple major spawns that I'm blocking off right now, so I need to watch my side or behind me. So know my way in. There are like so many ways in and out of this place. I get a kill strike right there. This is very close to the end of the game. But there are a couple spawns that I'm blocking off right now, so they're going to be spawning way over in front of me, over on the other side of that flag and stuff. Right after now I'm on the flag, they're going to be spawning from where I just came from, and I'm just going to get bum rushed right here, I'm pretty sure. But I still make it out alive, so you guys can go ahead and watch that. And that's, you need to always know your way in and out of a situation. That's going to be very, very, very helpful. know your weapons, and know the spawns. That's how you're going to get better at Call of Duty. Of course, whenever you start learning all the spawns, it's going to become kind of a grind, it feels like there's nothing else you can do to improve, but trust me, you can improve. I'm going for 50 plus gameplays because I don't get a lot of those. I do get some every now and then, but I'm trying to get 50 plus, and I'm slowly working my way up to 100 plus gameplays. That's pretty much all the tips I can fit into one gameplay for now, so thank you guys for tuning in. Go ahead, like this video if you enjoyed. It really helps our channel out. Favorite this video. Subscribe if you have not. It gives you updates on what's going on with our channel and when a new video comes out. That is pretty much it. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Till next time, give him a convolution. Peace.